Now, all right, we start our journey with Don buying a new equipment for his cafe, and this is part of this involves a little bit of pro code custom built pages, at least in the stage one, and we'll also show a low code experience in stage two of this whole overall journey, right? So Don buys a new device. He goes into the Coffee X website. He wants to register that product. So he enters in the serial number. He selects the product category. It's a coffee machine, and he'll see all the coffee machines that are being sold by CoffeeX. Now, what if he had selected steamer? It would only show the steamers that are associated, that are being sold by CoffeeX. And what if he had selected French press? He would see only the French presses that are being sold by the company, right? So this is driven by the filtering API capability that we'll be releasing soon. So for the time being, let's assume that this person has bought a rapid espresso machine. I go ahead and submit the request. This is in guide. And once I submit the request, a few things are happening in the background. And let me show you what's going on. And I'll go to the agent mode right now. So this is Don Newman, who is a customer. And once Don Newman had registered, point number one, a custom object record gets created from guide into Zendesk. And it has a serial number, it has the product, it has some additional information which I'll be covering as well. So a custom object record gets created. The moment a custom object record gets created, an object trigger runs on it, which sends a proactive email to the customer in the channel of their preference. So this is where multi-select fields on users come into the picture. So in the channel of their preference, it'll send an email or a text based on whatever they've selected, and thank them for the registration of their product. Now, the third thing that happens is that the object trigger also goes to the ERP system of CoffeeX and identifies more details of the device itself. So I've got the serial number, I can get the purchase date, the warranty date, warranty status, all of that stuff, and enhance the data that is already there as part of this device itself. So it gets embedded into the same record. And now I've got more details about this particular device, and I have already associated that device to the user as well as to the product as well. All right, so that's stage one. So moving on to stage two, like a few months later, Don finds out that one of his devices is having an issue. So I'm going to assume back Don's identity. So Don is going in and he's submitting a service request. And he says the coffee machine is not working. And when he selects the My Device, he sees only the devices that he has registered in the past. So I'm going to go ahead and select Malan A1234. I'm going to capture some additional text over here, which captures the details. And I'm also capturing the error code that I'm seeing on the screen. I can also potentially add an attachment and submit the request. So the request has been submitted. Now, a few things happen in the background. A ticket gets created and it automatically gets assigned to the coffee machines support tech group. Why? Because the device that I've associated with this particular ticket is of category coffee machine. So I'm going to send all those tickets that have a coffee machine as a product category to this team now. So that's again ticket triggers, and this is taken up by Ryan Humble, who is part of this group. He looks at the ticket. He wants to know more details about the device. So once I go into the device, I will see that, hey, a previous service order was made, and it said that the steamer needed to be replaced. I'll get to how we got this, but then again, the Ryan, the tech support person, knows that, hey, there was a steamer that was replaced in the past. So now he goes back to the ticket. He works with Don to identify the issue, and he finds out that the steamer was not properly installed. So he's going to submit the information. He's going to say steamer was properly installed, and he goes ahead and solves the ticket. Now, when I solve the ticket, there's one thing that happens in the background. A permanent record of that transaction is created and associated with this device. So this is a custom object record that I'm creating so that next time there is a problem with this device, I don't have to scour through 10 or 20 different tickets. I would exactly know what were the previous services that were made and who made those services. In this case, Ryan Humble made the service, and Steamer was properly, needed to be properly installed. And this is the details. These are the details of the service order. So in short, you're able to capture all this information in a custom object to get that permanent record, so that it's easy for me to associate the additional details that I have for this device and get more context when such an issue for that device comes in the future. So how did I make all this happen? Point number one, step one is to create your object. So let me go to the admin experience. In your admin experience, I've created 3 objects. The first 2 objects are for my stage 1. So I brought in a product catalog in this product object. I created a second object called my device to capture all the registrations of that, of each customer. And within the my device, I have created a lookup relationship that associates this device to a customer as well as to a product. Now, the second use case required service order as a custom object, where I've associated the service order to the different users, the machine, all of that stuff in a lookup relationship field as well. So step 1 was to create the object. Step 2 is to bring in the data. In these 3 objects, the product catalog is the one that I'd like to bring in data. So I use data importer to actually import the data into custom objects using a CSV bulk upload. Step 3 is to surface the necessary information in a ticket. Again, I use lookup relationship fields to associate the ticket to the device that has the problem, right? So effectively, when I'm creating a service order, I'm creating a lookup field called device in the ticket so that I can associate that device to the ticket itself, right? So that's my third step, associating the necessary details to the ticket so that the end user themselves can select the order that they have or the device that they have a problem with. Step 4 is to build all those workflows. There are 2 trigger capabilities. One is your ticket triggers, and one is your object triggers. Within object triggers, whenever a customer is registering a new device, I send them a registration response based on their channel preference. So it could be an email or it could be a text, and I could send them a response based on that, based on their preference that they have mentioned. And the second thing that I've created is an object trigger, which will go check the ERP system, get more information, push that information into that same custom object record as well. On the ticket trigger side, I've also created 2 triggers, which is one is to route the ticket to the coffee machine group, and second is at the end when I'm solving the ticket, if the service order was because of a part not working or whether the machine not working is an issue, I create a permanent record of the transaction in a service order through a webhook itself. So those are the things that I have done in the past. There are some additional things around custom experiences that we have created, especially for this page. Those are all using the custom object record APIs that we have enabled. So that is around the demo that I wanted to show you. So I will stop sharing so that we can show you back the slides.